Al-Naimiy, if I say it correctly, who is the president of the Arab Union for Astronomy and Space Science, and also the Director General of the Sharjah Academy for Astronomy, Space Sciences and Technology. And he will tell us about the activities at SAASST. Thank you.
Well, thank you. Good afternoon, good morning from all over the world for the participant, the astronomer from all over the world. Well, I'm going to say something about the University of Sharjah. Why? Because the Sharjah Academy for Astronomy and Space Sciences is allocated in the University of Sharjah, which is the strongest center for astronomy for education in the Gulf country and perhaps in the Arab country. So you will find why I'm saying this. Next slide, please, Dr. Ilias. Okay. Yes. So just a brief introduction about the University of Sharjah. The University of Sharjah is the largest university in the country with 18,000 students, with many research centers, many research institutes, including the Sharjah Academy for Astronomy and Space Sciences. So as I said, the number of students, more than 17,000, 14 colleges. You can see the growth of the students, enrolled students in the university. And then regarding the research, according to Scopus database, we are #1 in the country, quality and quantity-wise. This is regarding the research, including the research in astronomy and space sciences, of course. Then let me say something about the Sharjah Academy for Astronomy and Space Sciences. This is the unique academy in the region because it includes everything regarding education, regarding outreach, regarding research, regarding training, everything regarding astronomy and space sciences. So who we are, public astronomy outreach, space sciences research, space activity. I'm going to say something about this. So this is my colleagues actually with me, Professor Ilias, Professor Mashhour, Mr. Marwan, Mr. Khalid. These are the director of the branches in the academy. Well, we have the largest planetarium in the Middle East with 18-meter diameter, the inner diameter, of course, with more than 200 seats in this planetarium, with the highest state-of-the-art technology in this planetarium. We have visitors more than 30,000 to 40,000 per year from all the Arab countries, particularly from the Gulf countries. We have lots of movies can be presented and posted in this planetarium. So as well, we have a space exhibition that's for school visits, from KG, for primary schools, secondary school, universities, scientists, laymen in the astronomy and so on. So this is a very well-known and famous exhibition in the Gulf country. This is including in the academy. So the movies which we have, we have many movies that all these movies presented scheduled according to during the week, even in the COVID-19. That being worked online for all our people that visiting the academy online or face-to-face. So these are, you will see how much activities we have in the educational of astronomy and education. These are the visual method, virtual method for astronomy and space sciences, which has been distributed during COVID-19 for all the Gulf countries, schools, universities, and so on and so on. So we have very unique center for meteorite collection. That's in the academy. So we have more than 8,000 pieces collected from all over the world, and each piece has been recorded, numbered internationally. This is a unique center, I'm talking internationally, because of the number, because of the quality, because of the quantity, which is with different sizes and different materials and so on. It's collected from all over the world. It is unique in the world. Well, so these are samples of many kinds of meteors. As I said, every single piece of the meteorite recorded internationally and with a database for it, and where has been located, where has been found, and so on and so on. So this is, I think, the largest meteor we have, which is 1.2 meters long. I don't know how many tons the weight of this meteor. Well, for astronomy education, the academy is doing very well for all the schools in the United Arab Emirates, as well in the Gulf countries, schools and universities. So we have, well, my colleagues actually, they always organizing workshops, lectures, seminars, conferences, and so on. The SAASST, the Sharjah Academy for Astronomy and Space Sciences, have organized more than hundreds of astronomical educational programs at the national and international level. Hundreds of astronomy night observation for the general public, tens of space campus for students all ages. So this is continuous, actually, continuous per week, per month, every year. These are, the general specialized astronomy lectures. We invited many, many international, well-known astronomers from the region, from all the other countries. Nowadays, because of Expo, nearly every week we have many visitors, and you were there. You were one of our visitors there. So, well, last week we had the famous scientist, John Ellis, well known. He's from King University in UK, and he worked in CERN for many years. He's a well-known physicist. And in this picture, you will find the two Emirati astronauts. One of them went to the space station, the International Space Station. And he stayed there about 10 days, and he came back. And we have, in the country, we have a full program, a condensed program to create astronauts for the future. Well, as well, we have many optical observatories. This one, that's in the Sharjah Academy, of course. These observatories are for training, for observing bright stars, planets, and so on and so on. We have one of them, the largest one is 45 centimeter and 20 centimeter, the other one 10 centimeter. And we have a small observatory this is the Sharjah Lunar Impact Observatory, and we did observe many impacts on the moon, actually. And now we are in a process to build a 50 centimeter observatory in a place about 750 meters above sea level with a good site. And then in the near future, we will build 1 meter telescope in that site. And all these telescopes will be shared for the schools. All the data which we are collecting will be shared with the schools and the universities. So in the academy, we have many programs, actually. And they are all of them the unique program in the country. No university offering such kind of program. MSc in Astronomy and Space Sciences, that's offered by College of Sciences, of course, with the collaboration with the SAASST. MSc in Aerospace Engineering, MSc in GIS and Remote Sensing, that's as well College of Science with the collaboration with College of Engineering, MSc in Air and Space Law, and we are in the process to offer a PhD program in the near future. As well, my colleagues teaching a general astronomy and space sciences, a course that all the students in the university, they are taking this course. So therefore, what I want to say, I will leave the other slides for my colleague, Professor Ilias. What I wanted to say, this is a message to Marcos, because we met, many years ago when the Office of Astronomy for Education being established, and I invited all the colleagues in that meeting to host a conference for that in UAE. So, and as well, we sent a letter of intent to establish an office for astronomy education of AU in UAE through the Sharjah Academy for Space Sciences. So I need to discuss this again with Marcos, because it will be very, very important to establish an office for astronomy for education, at least for the Gulf countries in UAE. Thank you. So I will leave the floor for Professor Ilias.
Thank you very much. We keep with Professor Ilias Fernini, who is Deputy Director General of the Sharjah Academy for Astronomy, Space Science and Technology. Yes, I can confirm that the place that Professor Al-Naimiy showed us is really beautiful. We've been invited 2 days ago, and they have a beautiful science center, planetarium, many activities, and that was really amazing, I would say. So.
Thank you very much, Alessandra. So thank you very much, Professor Hamid, for this presentation. So let me continue on that. As Professor Hamid says, so we are very much devoted into astronomy education through the planetarium, through the observatories, and also through research, because this is also one very, very important component. So in terms of space science research, so we have different labs. I won't say a lot about them, but just to cover very, very fast. So we have this CubeSat lab, and hopefully by this coming June 2022, we're going to send our first Sharjah Sat-1. It is in collaboration with the University of Sharjah. So many students did put their hand on this satellite, and this is a collaboration, close collaboration with all the colleges of the University of Sharjah. So we have our own ground station. We have also our own clean room where we can assemble this satellite. We have also a radio astronomy lab. We have two main systems. We have this 40-meter radio interferometer made of 3 telescopes. Each one is about 5 meters, and this is also telescopes from Pramalush lab from Italy. So I believe you know Dr. Filippo there, and also Dr. Salvo there. We have also decametric radio telescope to observe the ionosphere at a very specific frequency, 20.1 megahertz. Why we are doing this? Because we would like to build a radio astronomy program at the University of Sharjah. We have this meteorite center. Professor Hamid did mention our meteorite collection. It is unique in the world. No one has what we have as a collection. So we were able to build a system of 3 towers to observe meteors or to observe in geological space debris. They can be natural meteors, or they can be also maybe rocket boosters, maybe falling satellites. So this is very important. We are unique in this observation. So I have 3 towers: 1 tower in Sharjah, 1 tower in Liwa, about 400 kilometers in the deep desert, and 1 tower in Al-Yahar, in Al-Ain. So we observe from sunset to sunrise. Anything that does cross our sky, we can get a picture of it, and this is very important. And we may collect these meteors. If they do fall, we call them meteorites, and we do collect them. And also we have a special lab to analyze these stones. This is just to show you some pictures of these meteors as they are crossing our sky. We have space weather. As you know, space weather now is very important. If one of us has a mobile, has GPS, and sometimes the sun is very active, so it may affect the upper ionosphere, and it will also affect our GPS signal. So we'd like to understand how this happens also. We have this high-energy astrophysics lab, so this is just for what we call exotic objects like neutron stars, black holes, and so on. So we do a lot of simulations, and most of what people there, they do observe in the X-ray. Space artificial intelligence, as you know, so you cannot do space if you don't have AI with you. So we are using this AI to help us in recognizing, because when you observe with our UAE meteorological network, we may observe meteors, we may observe birds, we may observe airplanes. So we'd like to use AI to differentiate among all of these objects, and we are very successful. And also, if these meteors, they do fall on the ground, we call them meteorites, how to look for them. So we may pinpoint, let's say, 1 kilometer square area going in the desert, in this hell. It will be quite difficult. That's why we use a drone through AI to be able to fly and pick up the right meteor. Once we see a meteorite, we can GPS it, and we go and pick it up. So it's very, very important. Well, we're talking about astronomy education. This is exactly what we do at the University of Sharjah and also the Sharjah Academy. We have a very, very important tool with us. We have the planetarium, and as Professor Hamid said, we receive thousands of students. Yes, COVID came, we were a little bit break, but still we did have these virtual meetings, and all schools were logging to have a spot to have a planetarium show. Before COVID, so we did, as I say, we received 1,000 students, so the whole week we may receive 2,000 students, and also we did run so many space camps. Usually we have 4 space camps for the whole year, and we have students coming from the age of 12 to 18 to have this kind of hands-on. Why they come to us? Because we have the tools. We have the observatories, we have the research labs, and so on. And because we are part of the University of Sharjah, and as you know, every student has to do its internship with us, so we accept students from the University of Sharjah, from all the local universities, from the American University of Sharjah, from Khalifa University, from the United Arab Emirates University, for them to come to join us during summertime to do research. So this part of education, so they come to us, they may spend 8 or 12 weeks depending upon the program. We assign them to each of the research labs, and they do a very, very beautiful work for us, because they will be associated with our researchers, because some of these students, some of these interns, by the end, they may be also teachers. They may go to high school, they may go to primary school, and they teach. That's why the problem that we have today in some of these primary and also middle and high school, that some of the science teachers do not have an astronomy background. That's why when they come to us, they will get it. So they get that first-hand experience in terms of using the optical observatories, the radio observatories of all the research labs. So this slide will show you the number of students that we are getting. So it is increasing. So the first year that we started with a student, we get only 13, then 20 last year only, despite COVID. So we had 20 students on site doing this. And also I did forget to add here, we also receive international students through what we call this ISTA that the University of Sharjah is part of. This is like an international forum where universities exchange students. So every semester, every fall, we receive at least 6 students from India, Bangladesh, Turkey, Macedonia, even we receive them from France or from England. So we are very active in terms of this education, because we have the right facilities to do that. So I believe I may not lie to you if I say that you are unique in the Gulf area in terms of what you have as facilities. And Stefano, you came with your group and you saw it by your own eyes. So we have what it is needed to at least host this OAE for the Gulf state. In terms of publications, it's very important for us because we are a research institution and also educative one. So we need to publish in very, very high-ranked journal in Scopus Q1, Q2. Why? Because our budget depends upon it. In terms of lectures, as Professor Hamid said, so we do unbelievable, a huge number of activities the whole year in terms of general lectures, in terms of workshops, in terms of inviting people to come to us. We have this optical observatory. We do run open houses. The general public will come to us. Yes, during the last year, we were a little bit, as I said, break, but we did have our virtual open house. People will come to us and also would like to observe the sky. So we are very active for every aspect of this astronomy education. It is our vision, so to be number one. And I believe you saw us, Stefano, Alessandro, you saw us yesterday, so we are not lying to you. What we have as facilities are unique in the whole Gulf area, maybe in the whole MENA world. If I go from the far east to the far west to the far east, what we have as research labs, what we have as optical observatories, what we have as radio, what we have also as planetarium. So no one has it. And also, our planetarium is going to be upgraded to be the best, not in the Gulf area, but also in the world, because it will be a fully digitized planetarium. And hopefully, this will help us to promote the message of education. We have a chance to attract students through the planetarium, and we have the chance to touch the heart of every young mind. And also, besides that, we do also this teachers workshop in 2019. Before COVID, we had this beautiful Gulf Astronomy colloquium where we did also a teacher workshop for all the local teachers of all the local schools. So this is very, very important for us to stand in this very, very beautiful. Apologize for my French accent, for this beautiful adventure in astronomy education. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ilias. Now, list